How's it going, boys? Johnny Superbman here, and it's time for another NHL 14 shootout commentary. And this time, we're going to use the Chicago Blackhawks, moving on to round 2 against the poor St. Louis Blues. Oh my goodness, I might have jinxed these guys. I predicted the St. Louis Blues to beat the Chicago Blackhawks just because, I wanted to get an upset in there. It's easy to pick the Chicago Blackhawks, the defending Stanley Cup champions, but Jesus, do they look like the better team? They went up 2-0, the St. Louis Blues, just like last year. They went up 2-0 against the LA Kings, and that's why I feel so sorry for the St. Louis Blues. The exact same thing that happened last year happened again to them this year. Up 2-0 in round 1, and then to lose 4 straight. Last year against the LA Kings, this year against the Chicago Blackhawks, right? So, real rough ending for the St. Louis Blues. And I didn't even know how similar it was, other than Game 6, games... everything else was the same, down to the score of the game winners by the certain, it was crazy. So there you go, yeah. St. Louis versus Chicago, perfect. So we can talk about this series a little bit. So I want to talk about the Chicago Blackhawks. I also want to talk about the St. Louis Blues and Ryan Miller, because that's the big thing for me. Ryan Miller, did he play good enough as a St. Louis Blue this year? And the reason I say that is because I think everyone was expecting Ryan Miller to be that elite goalie. All of a sudden, you have St. Louis, the already established team, who's already a good team with Yaroslav Halak or Elliott in the net. Now you add in the elite Ryan Miller, and you think on paper they should be better. But I'm okay with saying this. After Game 2, Corey Crawford outplayed Ryan Miller. I know, it sounds crazy. I just said it. But to me, Ryan Miller really didn't do anything special. Game 6 there, that flying poke check where he could have put it, he could have made that big save to keep it a 2-1 game. It went underneath him, right? The other goals weren't really his fault. The Game 5 overtime goal, was it Game 5? I forget which game it was. Hang on a second here. Oh, what do you got for me? Oh, get out of here. But Patrick Kane's overtime goal, that's another save that Ryan Miller, I'm not saying he should have had, but he could have had as the elite goalie. And look at Corey Crawford, what he did in Game 6 there. All those penalties in period number 2, and they didn't score a single power play goal, right? So he did something right in that series. So here you go, Jonathan Toews. Let's try a snipe. Boom, baby, there it is. Jonathan Toews, or Johnny Serious. And man, Jonathan Toews, I'd be scared to play on the same team as Jonathan Toews, just because he expects the best out of everybody. Every time something goes wrong and the camera zooms up on Jonathan Toews' face, I read his lips, and he's always saying, "Wake the fuck up," to his teammates. Oh man, he'd be an amazing player to coach, but I'd be afraid to play on his team, man. He'd always be yelling at me. What do you got for me? Oh yeah, not get out of it. Oh, it went through me. Oh, shit. Alexander Steen. I would have had it. I shouldn't have done the dirty bird there. I would have had it. Yeah, nice little deke. Oh, my God. It flew right through me. But, when you look at the St. Louis Blues, especially in that last game, the Chicago Blackhawks, they just have so much more skill. They really do. They have the studs on the point, the studs up front, I think, which the St. Louis Blues don't have. Jonathan Toews, Patrick Kane, Patrick Sharp, Marian Hossa. Just goal scorer after goal scorer after goal scorer. And St. Louis, hang on a second here, little Balotelli, boom, too far away from the net. The St. Louis Blues, who do they have up front? Really, who's like a legitimate goal scorer? Alexander Steen, okay. Tarasenko is still a little bit young. Backus is certainly not that kind of goal scorer, not on the same level of a Kane or a Hossa or a Toews, right? So I think that's where they have the advantage. And again, going back to what I said about Corey Crawford, he outplayed Ryan Miller. Oh my God, he got me again. Well, he didn't play like that. He played a lot better than that. I got to focus on the shootout now. But he outplayed Ryan Miller, straight up. All right, I know on paper, Ryan Miller, you still may pick Ryan Miller over Corey Crawford as the better goalie, but in the playoff rounds between Games 3 and Game 6, he outplayed Ryan Miller. I'm standing by that statement, all right? Patrick Kane. Oh, jackass shot. Yeah, we got to do it. Jackass shot for sure. All right? Shh. Ah, God damn it. No, he didn't go crazy. I thought I had it right there. No, he stayed pretty good with Ryan Miller. Okay, let's focus on the shootout now. All right, what do you got for me? Who's he bringing? Patrick Berglund. All right, let's fake the flying poke check and then look for the deke at the last second. All right, fake. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, same thing again. Yeah, I figured. He's done that 3 times in a row. That's dangerous because, you think, oh, he's going to keep doing it. But that's when he burns you and goes to the other side. All right, but he's been deking to the outside. All right, Marian Hossa. Left-handed shot. Let's do the Zetterberg. I messed it up the last few days. Let's try it again. Here we go. Oh my God. I don't know what it is. I'm setting up the Zetterberg, and I swear, I'm not even thinking straight anymore. Hang on. Go like that, and then, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I just have to do it quickly. Damn, man. All right, Vladimir Tarasenko. All right, so what do you got for me? Deke to the right again? Deke to the right? Deke to the left that time. You see what I mean? Yeah. I don't know why you're doing that. All right, you know what I'm going to do? Watch this. Watch this. If I don't score, he beats me, but I want to try his own move against him. But a double whammy of it. So Patrick Sharp. I'll go back to the outside. Okay, watch this. Watch this. Ready? Watch this. Watch this. No, come on, do the deke. Oh, my God. He didn't do the second deke. He started to do it, then I think I was shooting too quickly. And the St. Louis Blues, there you go. You got the revenge over the Chicago Blackhawks. What the hell did I do there? I wanted to do the deke like he did, right? And then deke back with the quick deke. Let's see. I held down LB right there. But I think when I pushed up or I took the shot, I wanted to quickly deke back to this side and backhand it in. It might not have gone in, but still. Damn it, man. So, Chicago Blackhawks, all right, obviously you guys are off to the second round, and I think you guys, up against the Minnesota Wild or the Colorado Avalanche, watch out for the Chicago Blackhawks, man. I mean, I wanted the St. Louis, I was picking St. Louis, but whoever was coming out of St. Louis-Chicago series, I think has the advantage in the West. I really do, because now you have, the San Jose-LA series is going farther than it, originally was supposed to, and now Anaheim's going to go up against either San Jose or LA, right? They're going to beat up on each other, and then the winner of that maybe has to face, Chicago if they can get by Minnesota or Colorado, right? So Chicago's looking okay, but St. Louis, what do you guys do? Because this is almost a disappointing year, isn't it? A first-round exit, the exact same exit as you had last year, and you made some moves at the trade deadline, right? So, I don't know. I want to hear it from the St. Louis Blues. Do you try to re-sign Miller? Is it a failure? Do you try to move some players out? Do you try to get some offense in here? What do you do in St. Louis? I'll leave it to you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.